Welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm going to be showing you these 3 beachy / nautical style DIYs. So starting with the decorative ring. Now all this is basically is a polystyrene ring that I've covered with white felt and navy material and twine. So I started off by wrapping around some white felt just because I didn't really want to leave it as the white polystyrene. I really wanted it looking more kind of textured. So I cut 8 strips of the white felt and I put one at either side and then either side again and then each quarter section. And then for some navy fabric, well, I didn't have any. I tried this navy paper you can see here, but it just didn't wrap round in the right shape. So I just cut some strips of navy fabric from an old child's top. And then I've just glued 1 to each side, so just 4 pieces of navy fabric at opposite ends. Of course I just used my hot glue to do this because, well, it would have taken an age to use fabric glue, but you could do that if you don't have hot glue. So that's all 4 pieces attached. And then to tidy up the ends, I've wrapped some twine around the ends about 4 times to tidy up either side of the navy material. Because it's difficult when you're wrapping something round a ring like this to keep the material exactly doing what you want. I mean, the twine will, but anything wider than that, you know, will crease. So I've done this to each of the pieces of navy. And then the remaining bits of polystyrene that are shown, I've just used twine again just to fill these gaps. So this took a little bit longer because I had to wrap it around about, I don't know, maybe it's about 25 times. And then I just tidied it up, made sure it was all neatly in place. And then that's the ring finished. So what I've done next is I've just used some more twine as a hanger. I've just doubled it over and then put the loop through the hole and then bring it over on itself. I always think this is a good way to hang things. It always keeps them nice and steady as opposed to just one piece of twine. So I've just hung this on my shutter while I do the final finishing touches. I bought these tiny little mini glass bottles and they are glass. I just bought these online and I used a tea bag just to stain a little old piece of newspaper. I've wrapped it up, I've rolled it up and popped it in there so it's just sticking out the bottle a little bit, and I've glued it on with hot glue and the little cork, and then I just used my hot glue to stick on a few shells just to make it look like a little bit beachy. I think that looks super cute little decoration. I mean, for the sake of a couple of pounds, you could hang this anywhere around your house, but I think it looks really nice and fresh to have nautical / beachy style DIYs. So next, this is the little shell jar that I made. I think this is off gherkins, I'm not sure, but it's a decent sized jar. So all I've done to create the design on here is I just used my twine again and hot glue. Then I've attached it around the rim where it goes in because I know that I can put something around to hide these ends. It's a little bit fiddly doing this because you really want to squash it on, but obviously you'll burn yourself, so just use scissors or something else to hold the hot glue on. Be patient, it really doesn't take long to dry. So then I've just cut a length long enough to go diagonal across the jar and then to be glued to the bottom, and then I've just pulling the same piece back up the other side of the jar. So I just continued attaching the twine to the jar in a diagonal fashion, so it was creating like diamond shapes. So I just kept going with this until I felt like I had enough twine on there so it looked, I don't know what the word is. Now I know that there's a way you can do this kind of design with knots where each little section's knotted together, but I just thought this was just a quick and easy way of just making my own design up. And then once I'd done that, I just put a piece of nice thick rope around just to tidy those ends. Once I finally managed to cut through it, and then a nice dot of hot glue to attach the end, and then I attached it going all the way around as well. So that's tidied that up. So next I decided to cut some more of the rope to act as like a handle, but not a handle that's going to be lifted up. I just wanted it so it was hanging down. So obviously I'm gluing it in this position. So I just attach that to one side and then the other side. And that's my cute little, it's like a little fisherman's jar. Next I've got some sand from South Shields Beach that I've had ages. So I've just kind of filled it up a good inch or so with sand. And then I've got these gorgeous assorted shells that I bought online. Like I say, I'll leave a link down below to where I got the little mini bottles, the shells, obviously my twine and what have you, and also the ring. So I just popped some shells in here, not too many, just so that it looked like I had something in, beachy. And I'm really pleased with that. And finally, these Christmas decorations, I've been meaning to recycle these for so long. So today I'm going to, there's 3 different sizes, but I'm not bothered about that because it'll just add a bit more interest. So this larger one I'm going to start with. So I'm just pulling off this little plastic bit that you get on the top sometimes. And then just to fill this hole, so I mean you might not even have to do this if you want to try this idea out. To fill this hole, I just got 2 pieces of the chunky rope. It's like twine, it's like thick twine. And then I just put some hot glue around the hole. Carefully. And then I just carefully pushed in the 2 pieces because I just felt like 2 pieces would be enough to fill it. Then I've just left that to dry, just left it sticking out for now. And at least I know that's going to fill the hole. And the little ledge will be filled by the rest of the twine. So then carefully I just put some hot glue in a little circle going around this rim area, and then use my scissors to attach some twine. Once you get going with this, you can go fairly quickly. Just don't forget to keep putting a dot of glue now and again. Obviously you have to do it as you're going because the glue dries really quickly. But if you're going to be using a light coloured bulb like this, yeah, you really make sure it's nice and tight so you don't see any of the colour, the white shining through the gaps. This isn't speeded up yet. This is actually how quick this DIY took. And then the fiddly bit is the end bit, as usual. So just carefully glued that on and then just trimmed off the end. I'm really happy with that. I think that's just a nice little nautical looking beachy DIY. So for the next one, I decided I would be really ambitious and cover it with shells. Now, these are assorted shells, so I don't have loads of the same size. So I've just made sure not to use anything sticking up too much. And one by one, I've just glued them on. I kept this handle on at first thinking I'd be able to hold it whilst I was gluing the shells on, but I just needed to come off. So one by one, I glued these on. So I've just tried to mix the shells so it looked a little bit more interesting. This maybe took about, I don't know, maybe it's about 15 minutes to do. But I think it looks really super effective and cute. And then for the final DIY, this small decorative ball, this is one of the ones that just opens up. So I just popped a little bit of sand in and popped a few little shells in. Just try to put quite small shells in. And then close it together, and then I glued about 2 or 3 pieces of twine going around the seal. I did actually put a dot of glue to seal this shut as well, but I don't think I really needed to. So little bit glue on the top, and then like I said, just put some twine around the gap so it wouldn't open out. And I think that looks really sweet. That's my 3rd decorative ball. So I've just popped them on my dresser and my hallways you walk in. I just think it looks really fresh and cute and beachy, and just something a bit different. I love it when you can do DIYs this time of year to really make it feel summery without it costing a penny. Well, hardly a penny, couple of pounds is all it costs us to make these, because like I say, a lot of things I've just recycled or upcycled. So I hope you've enjoyed watching my beachy DIYs. Please give me a thumbs up if you have, and obviously subscribe if you haven't already. Now it's over to Minnie. I shall see you again next Friday. Have a great week. Bye.